Hello, Fountain Valley. As we wrap up 2023 calendar, I would like to extend my thank you to those that have tuned in and enjoy my monthly City Manager Update series. Our intention was to shed some light on current and ongoing issue or inquiries from you, the public, and the resident of Fountain Valley. Well, now's the time for me to pass on the baton to our mayor, Glenn Grandis, for the remainder of 2023 and 2024. I want to wish everyone a happy holidays and a happy new year.
Thank you so much to our city manager, Maggie Lee. So, Fountain Valley, I'm your new mayor, Glenn Grandis, and I am super excited to be in this position and represent all of the residents of Fountain Valley. We're going to make lots of changes this year. I'm super excited. I'm going to go over today a little bit about myself, what my priorities are for the year, and what's coming up in City Council and what's coming up around the city you should be aware of. So first off, a little bit about myself. I'm a 44-year resident of Fountain Valley. I'm a graduate of Fountain Valley High School. I believe I'm the first Barron mayor, so actually so excited about that. A little bit about my priorities for the year. So first off, I want to open up communication with the residents. Make sure everybody knows what's going on, what's happening in the city. And we're going to come up with a video podcast where we'll be demonstrating and bringing stories to the community. I also plan on doing a lot of outreach. So when there are major issues coming up in the city, look for an invitation to a town hall. We plan on doing a few of those this year as warranted. In terms of priorities for the year, one of the top three that we have is innovation. So our city, we have to be an easier city to do business in, not just for our local businesses, but for our residents as well. So we look to improve on technology. We look to make sure that our cybersecurity is set up so we protect the information at City Hall as well as our residents. The second big issue is always important is fiscal responsibility. So right now, as you're aware, with inflation and everything that's out there and how expensive things are, it's more expensive for the city as well. So one thing we have to be very careful about is our spending. What goes along with that, too, is we have to come up with new creative revenue opportunities for the city. But we don't want to tax our residents. So one thing we're going to be highlighting and looking after is ways we can bring money into the city that isn't directly coming from our residents. So look for ideas on that as well. Our third pillar that's important to us in the city is embracing diversity. We have a very large population of Vietnamese residents in our community, anywhere from 35 to 40%. And we need to make sure that we're being inclusive, that we create opportunities for all residents in our city, whether it's how we do business, the events we put on in the community, and the volunteer opportunities. We want to make sure that every person who lives in Fountain Valley, works in Fountain Valley, or plays in Fountain Valley has a safe and welcoming environment. So one of the things we want to make sure we talk about on these messages is what's coming up in the city. So I'm going to be providing updates on upcoming city council meetings. We have our next city council meeting is next Tuesday. Also, what's going on with our planning commission. So on the city council agenda, just a couple of the items coming up next Tuesday is a public hearing for Our Lady of Guadalupe Senior Housing. It's a development project for senior housing over on the corner of Magnolia and Warner. They want to expand what they're doing today, and we'll be taking a look at that. We'll also be doing mayoral appointments. So as city council members, we sit on many committees outside the city. So we'll be announcing the appointments for each of our council members and what they'll be doing in the upcoming year. The other thing that's real important to understand is it'll be our second reading of our general plan. The general plan is basically the blueprint of what's going to be happening in the city coming up especially in regards to development. Once this is finalized, we could start to see some of the developments in our community start to begin. Some of the areas that may be developed first is the Slater project across from City Hall, where the current Silky Sullivans and the commercial buildings behind it will be developed. We're looking at the new Boomer, or the Boomers property, a potential new development there, and also the Miller Farm property, which is across from Miles Square Park on Euclid and Heil. So as we get closer to some of these developments and they come before us, we'll make sure that you're informed on those. So one thing I want to make sure everybody's informed about is our next big outreach in the community, and that's going to be the State of the City. It's going to be held at the Saigon Grand Theater on Thursday, February 15th. Tickets will be going on sale next week. We expect this to completely sell out. We'll be providing information, kind of a review of what happened in 2023 and what to expect that's coming out in 2024. So I hope to see you there. So once again, I cannot tell you just how thrilled I am to be the mayor of Fountain Valley. I want to wish everyone a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Have a great holiday season.